Close and Personal with Gawad Urian, Best Actress, Miss Angeli Bayani.
This program is brought to us by CBRC La Union. Visit their office for your professional review needs.
Earlier this week, Miss Angeli Bayani, the well-renowned acting coach, gave the main cast of the new mini-movie Review an acting workshop to prepare for the intense scenes in the sad movie. Being in the acting business for almost 2 decades, her versatility in her roles, and her knowledge about her craft, which was honed through her numerous portrayals, or what made her the teacher and the artist that she is. My partner Virgo Clemente Lopez and I interviewed Miss Bayani, and here is her story. Back in 2002, her acting career came into life as an accident.
Because I didn't start out wanting to be an actress. Theater arts student ako sa UP, but I was training as a stage manager and a production manager. Yun, so I had more experience in that. And my goal at the time was to work in events, in production, not as an actress. And I became an actress really by sheer accident.
She was the eldest among her siblings and was raised up by a single mom. She said that in the beginning of her career, making her mom proud was her sole fuel to succeed.
My mom was still alive at the time. I was very determined to make her proud. Alam mo yun, kasi teacher din yung mom ko. And she single-handedly brought us 3 children up on her own. And panganay ako. So I had that. I had that chip on my shoulder na, no, yung pinaghirapan ng mama ko, hindi pwedeng in vain, ganyan. So I wanted to make something of myself because of her.
Professionally, she started acting at the Tanghalang Filipino Actors Company, which was the resident acting company of the Cultural Center of the Philippines. There, she learned the dynamics of acting, which she also applies to her students.
Here, I have to add lang, I learned a lot about acting from dance and movement kasi I realized instantly na when you have a very clear intention, it will come out in your body. And you won't even need words. So that's another thing, diba? Well, first of all, the very clear challenge that I had in front of me when I was starting out was that I am not conventionally beautiful by Pinoy standards. You know, alam naman natin kung ano yung conventionally beautiful, diba? Maputi, sexy, matangkad, ganyan. And none of the above ako, no? Paano? Diba? So that was a challenge na at first I said, anong gagawin ko? I can't do anything about my looks. But then I realized, eventually, through the years na lang to, you have to embrace who you are and what you are. Strengths and weaknesses, whatever it is that makes you who you are, embrace it and work with it. Well, it helps if you're beautiful, yes. It does. Kasi, syempre, if you're easy on the eye, then they will want to put you in front of a camera or on stage. Given yun eh. But you have to have something beyond that. The reason these people do not stay is because of a number of things, but right now I can narrow it down to 2. And number 1 would be work ethic. They do not have the work ethic for that job that will make them last in that industry. You know, there are some, without naming names, they will openly say, I'm tired. I'm not a robot. You know, I'm so, hurt by all this, and which brings me to the second. They don't know why they're there. The reason for them being there or why they were there in the first place was not strong enough. I think what really defines a good actor is being completely honest with yourself, and few people are able to do that. We always have excuses for everything, diba? Oh, I can't do that because it's all right, it's okay, sa kanila na yan. No, you can't do that. I mean, you can, but why should you? Why should you limit yourself to that? Because if you know your truth, then you can easily recognize the truth of another person. Honestly, some of them do not have the star power to become a mainstream actor. That's one. Two, they don't want it. Three, even if they do want it and they don't have the star power, they just don't, sorry to be superficial, but they don't have the look for it. You know, it really goes against you if that is your dream to be maybe the next Danielle Padilla or Robin Padilla or whatever. Diba? If you don't look anything like them, you're not going to be the next Robin Padilla. I have two. You might find it funny, but one is a children's musical. I played Pinocchio. I played a boy, a wooden boy. You know, and the reason that I can't forget it is not just because I love being a boy so much, but also because when you play something that is not even human, but humanoid, I suppose, you end up exploring your body in ways that you would never think of, you know? And when you find that, and it informs you as an actor, you can do so many other things, you know. And also, it's another thing to have children as your audience. I swear, if anyone has ever been in front of a bunch of kids, you know how hard it is to get their attention. I like it. It's unforgettable for me more because I was able to connect with kids. It's not an easy thing to do. You know, I mean, there would be shows where this kid would come up to me, and since we're all familiar with the story of Pinocchio, we know that he almost lost his dad or whatever, and this bunch of guys tried to steal his money, etc., you know. There was this kid who came up to me, and he said, "Pinocchio, you can have my marbles. You don't have any toys, so you can have mine." And I'm like, oh my God. You know, I was trying so hard not to cry. And I said, thanks, man. But I was like, oh my God. You know, I really wanted to do that. But I was just, thanks, man. And then we started talking about marbles. That kind of connection is so rare. Yeah. You know, I mean, if you can make an impact on a 10-year-old kid in that way, you've changed his life for the better, man. For some reason, my director cast me as Maria Clara in a musical No Limitangre, and I was cast against type because we all know that Maria Clara is Tisay, half, diba? So kasing anak ni Padre Damaso, diba? And I am the farthest thing from being Tisay. I was more than hesitant. I really wanted to say no.
But finally, what made you say yes?
Because he believed I could do it. He believed I could do it. And that's another thing. When somebody believes in you the way that my director did, you cannot just chuck that out the window. You know, and I wanted to see what he saw in me. They didn't know if I could do it. So imagine that feeling also. Having an entire cast not sure about you. You know? So here's the thing that I also discovered. Wait, before I go there. So I went out and I did her songs. And my voice teacher, I asked my voice teacher, can you please not leave yet? Because she teaches us 1 to 3. Can you stay? 6 o'clock to 10, just watch me, please. And she did. I'm going to tell you what she said first. She said, I knew you were coming out and I just closed my eyes. And when I heard it, I was just beautiful. She said, beautiful. And then, opera singer, huge woman. And then she just beautiful. And then she leaves. That was all I needed. You know, I didn't even need to convince all the other cast members that I could do it. I just needed to hear that. You know, and actually that was it. When I came out to do Act 2, everyone came backstage afterwards and, oh my God, Angeli, they were like, and I'm like, yeah. Because it was, dude, if you only knew what I did every night to get there. You know, it wasn't like, yeah, ang galing ko, no? It was like, dude, I put in a lot of hard work for that, so pat myself on the back for it, you know. And that's how that is why I will never forget that. I had to go against so many things. Against type, against my own co-actors, against myself. When I was younger, medyo baduy ito, but my motto really was never say die. Really, never say die. Because I'm like, you throw an obstacle at me, I'm like, okay. Well, how hard can it be? You know, and then I go past it. And then next hurdle, nagawa ko ngayon eh. Ito pa. You know, it was always like that for me when I was younger. And, yeah. And if it becomes really, really difficult, I would say, others have done it before me. Means I can do it too. First of all, there is no such thing as no opportunity and no means when you have a dream. When you have a dream, it is your responsibility to pursue it, no matter what. Because if you don't, it's something that's gonna die inside you. And that is when you become mediocre. You're just gonna become like everyone else. You know, swimming downstream or whatever. No. You have to create the path. You know, do not be the fish that swims downstream. Be the water and make your own path. You know, and being water, it's not even destructive. Well, it can be, but if it's, you know what water can do, right? Sometimes something just happens and then another path is made, and sooner or later there is a new stream. That is what you must become. Find your path. There is no such thing as no opportunity. If you have a dream, you find it.
Her final message goes out not only for artists, but for educators as well. There's no better teacher than experience. Words to live by one of the great Filipino artists of this era, Miss Angeli Bayani. Meanwhile, Miss Angeli Bayani will also star in the recent mini-movie produced by Dr. Carl Balita, written and directed by Mr. Archie Del Mundo, which will be shown later on tonight. For our CBRC Christmas countdown, we only have less than 6 hours to go before you dive in your Noche Buena and open your presents. Merry Christmas, everyone!
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from CBRC La Union.
We ask so you may know. We feature so you may appreciate. We inform so you may decide. We balance so you may judge. I'm Joy Ziranara and this is CBRC News Live. Good evening.